Hi students, welcome. Today we are discussing about what is meant by crankcase compression, what is meant by valve overlapping and what is meant by scavenging process. So here the crankcase compression takes place in two-stroke engines, valve overlapping takes place in four-stroke engines and scavenging process takes place both two-stroke and four-stroke engines. First we discuss one by one. First one, crankcase compression. So the crankcase compression, so the name itself, the meaning is that is a compression in crankcase side, that is called crankcase compression. So here with the help of crankcase compression, we know that the construction and working of two-stroke engine both in SI and CI engines, during upward movement the fresh substance entry into that engine crankcase side through inlet port, and during downwards movement, apart that power and exhaust process, the additionally third process takes place during downwards, that is called crankcase compression. So during upward movement, already that air fuel mixture in SI engine or otherwise air is CI engine is stored in crankcase region during upward. Let us consider during downwards, what happens? The inlet port is closed, therefore the compression takes place in crankcase region, therefore that substance is transferred through the transfer port from crankcase side into that combustion side. It's nothing but piston rod side to piston side. So here, what is the use of crankcase compression? It is a transferring of substance from crankcase into that combustion region, and it's applicable in small two-stroke engines. And next thing, it compresses or otherwise to pump the fresh charge into the cylinder, and where the mixture charge is compressed in a sealed crankcase by the descending piston before passing to the combustion chamber. And next one, the crankcase compression is used to force air into and scavenge the cylinders. So this is the main purpose. Next one, in two-stroke engines, the air fuel mixtures is entry in SI, you know that, and air in CI engine during suction. But in four-stroke engines, the crankcase it acts as a oil sump, but in two-stroke the crankcase is not a oil sump. Therefore, where the lubricating oil is used in two-stroke engines. So it's very simple. The lubricating oil is mixed with inlet substance through the inlet. Okay, in air and fuel mixture is there, no? So along with that, oil also will be added. Already we know that it is applicable in small two-stroke engines. Therefore, let us assume, for example, mopeds. For example, 1 liter petrol plus 25 ml oil. So therefore, the oil is mixed with petrol. So during suction in SI engine, air fuel mixture in carburetor, so not only air and not only fuel along with the oil, because in fuel tank the oil also is mixed with petrol, no. So therefore air, fuel and oil, the three substance is entered into that engine cylinder. Therefore in two-stroke engines, so there is no need of to store the oil in crankcase. That's one. And one more thing, the crankcase volume, it is very important factor. How it is determined? So by using various design procedures is there. So the crankcase compression ratio, it's purely depends on engine capacity. And next one is crankcase volume. So crankcase volume means two volumes are there. When the piston is at bottom dead center, that one volume, and when the piston is at top dead center, at the time how much volume is there. So here very important, the piston is at TDC, how much volume is there, that is crankcase volume. So based on that engine capacity, engine volume, and also it's nothing but cylinder capacity and crankcase volume, based on that one the crankcase compression ratio is determined. For example, let us assume the engine capacity is 100 cc the crankcase volume at top dead center of the piston is 100 cc. The crankcase compression ratio we can't determine because the crankcase volume is always greater than cylinder capacity. It is very important point. So therefore, cylinder capacity let us consider 100 cc, crankcase volume at TDC let us consider 101 cc, 101. Now the crankcase compression ratio is 101. Next, the cylinder capacity considered as 100 cc, crankcase volume at TDC is considered as 102. Your crankcase compression ratio is 51. Next one, let us consider cylinder capacity is 100 cc, crankcase volume at TDC is 103. Therefore, crankcase compression ratio is 34.3. Similarly, during that one by one calculation, so the values, the crankcase compression values is continuously varies, crankcase compression ratio values are. So for example, one more data, cylinder capacity let us consider 100 cc, the crankcase volume at TDC is 200, therefore crankcase compression ratio is 2, like that. So the values, so the crankcase volume already know that the crankcase volume at TDC is always greater than cylinder capacity, and also the crankcase compression ratio is gradually decreasing while the crankcase volume is gradually increasing, means like that. Similar case, let us consider cylinder capacity 200 cc, 300 cc, for example Maruti 800 cc, like that. Next one, we go for valve overlapping. Already know that. So valve overlapping is applicable in 4-stroke engines when the two valves, that is inlet valve and exhaust valve, when the two valves are open in a particular time period, or otherwise during the crank angle the both valves are open. So when the both valves are open, we know that. So during that exhaust process, the exhaust valve is opening. Similarly, during that suction process, the inlet valve is opening. So here, so now the piston is moves towards TDC during exhaust process, but it not yet reached that TDC position. Okay, so it is traveling towards TDC. So before TDC, the next cycles, the air fuel mixtures is entry in petrol engine or otherwise in air for diesel engine is for next cycle, substance will be entry. When, so before TDC, the piston traveling during exhaust at the end of exhaust process still is not yet completed. So before TDC, the inlet valve is open. Therefore, the fresh substance will be entry here. At the same time, all the exhaust gases are leaves to the atmosphere. Then it reaches TDC. Okay. Then the piston moves towards downwards, TDC to BDC. Up to that time, okay, the exhaust valve still is opening. So after TDC, the exhaust valve is closed. So at the end of exhaust process, inlet valve is open. At the starting of suction process, exhaust valve is closed. So between that particular angle, so it's clearly mentioned here in valve time diagram here. Okay, so inlet valve open is before TDC and exhaust valve close is after TDC. For example, based on that either it is SI or CI engines, the angle will be little bit varied. For example, 10 to 20 degree inlet valve is open before TDC. Similar case, 10 to 15 degree exhaust valve is closed after TDC. Therefore, the before and after, between that IVO inlet valve open and EVC exhaust valve closed, that particular angle, that both valves are still it's opening. One is for closing position, exhaust valve, and inlet valve is opening position. So for particular angle, the both valves are open. So that angle is called valve overlapping period. Okay. So with the help of valve overlapping, it's mandatory. So what is the purpose of valve overlapping? It is the main thing, the purpose of scavenging process. Okay. So for next one, scavenging. So next thing, scavenging. We know that to remove of exhaust gas by supplying of fresh substance. For example, in SI engine, air fuel mixture is the fresh substance. For example, in diesel engine or otherwise known C8, air is the fresh substance. So, with the help of fresh substance to remove that exhaust gases, okay, but already during that exhaust process, all the exhaust gases is left, okay, from inner surface of the engine cylinder to atmosphere. Okay, meanwhile, okay, some of the particles, some of the exhaust gases is still is not leaves, it appears, it scattered some corners of the engines or somewhere. Okay, so to remove of that part, that small elements also, exhaust gas particle also, we want to remove. So while supplying a fresh substance, understand. So the very simple the definition. What is mean by scavenging means? So to remove of exhaust gases by supplying a fresh substance. It's nothing but scavenging. Okay. So in four-stroke engine, the scavenging takes place during that valve overlapping period. But in two-stroke engine, where the scavenging takes place during that piston moves downwards, downward movements. So it's nothing but during power and exhaust process. At the same time, the bottom of the piston takes place crankcase compression process. During that crankcase compression, so now we are discussing the first top point, crankcase compression. So here the three important types of scavengings are there. Okay. So what are they? First one is uniflow, next one is crash flow, and third one loop flow. So uniflow is nothing but, okay, so the flow is single direction. Okay, so in this type of engine cylinder, okay, so the transfer port is placed at the bottom surface and exhaust port is placed at the topmost portion of that engine cylinder, so approximate at center of the engine. So therefore, so the transfer through the transfer port, that fresh substance will be entering. Okay, so already when the exhaust valve is open, through that exhaust valve all the exhaust gases is left. So some of the exhaust particles are present inside without leaving. So we want to push that and remove it. So with the help of fresh substance, it's entry into that through the transfer port. So here transfer port is there and topmost or the approximate the center exhaust port is there. So therefore that inlet substance will be entry and is push that exhaust particles. So that is for uniflow. Next one is crash flow. So crash flow is nothing but, let us assume approximately 180 degree approximately. So in that previous videos we know that two-stroke engine diagram. Okay, so in that one or this one, so for example let us consider two. So one is for exhaust port and another one is for transfer port. So let us assume it is the axis of that engine cylinder. So through that transfer port the fresh substance is entering, okay, and it's crash over that axis of the engine, okay, and it leaves to that exhaust ports. So for example, the transfer through the transfer port, the substance will be entering. So here we know that in that two-stroke engine, the piston head, it's not a perfect flat, it is slightly, it is little bit some curvature or otherwise some deflectors are arranged, okay, through that one. So the fresh substance will be entering into the transfer port and it's take diversion, it creates some wave, okay, and it's passing through that exhaust port. So therefore the substance is crash over that. For example, through axis is crash over it. So it is nothing but it is a crash flow scavenging process. During that movement of that fresh substance, the exhaust gases will be pushed and lifted. That is for crash flow. So first one is uniflow and next one is crash flow. And third one is loop scavenging. So loop scavenging, so you know that the name itself, it forms a loop. Okay, it's one cycle like that. So here in that case, so for example in crash flow, so one side is transfer port and another side is exhaust port is there. Let us assume, so one is for transfer port and another one is for exhaust ports is placed in approximately in one quarter area. So therefore, so all the exhaust gases is leaves through that exhaust ports. Okay, all the exhaust gases. So during that piston movements, okay, so the position is little bit up and down. Okay, so when the piston moves downwards, the exhaust port is open, all the exhaust gases leaves. Okay, furtherly it moves down. Okay, So the transfer port also it's open, therefore, okay. Here the first substance is created, but in opposite side there is no opening place. Okay. So here therefore that substance will be take, okay, flow that this direction, and it creates some will action, and also it forms a one loop. So it comes that the substance will be taken, the first substance is taken, and it moves to push it that exhaust particles through that exhaust ports. So that's one. So it forms a one loop, that is called loop scavenging. So loop scavenging is nothing but, so transfer port and exhaust ports both are placed approximately 1/4. So once again, the scavenging is nothing but to remove of exhaust gases by supplying a fresh substance. Three types are there. One is for uniflow, another one is for cross flow, and third one is for loop flow. Okay. So here, so clearly they mentioned in the diagram for three different scavenging process. Okay. You go through it. Okay. For any doubts, please contact me. Thank you, students.